Good morning everyone. Welcome to a new session of Target IBPS 2018. First of all, I want to wish all of you a very happy Janmashtami, and to begin with the class today, we are going to start a new topic, and that is number series. If you look at the importance of this topic, you will see that in the prelims paper of IBPS PO, in the quantitative section, in the math section, 5 questions from number series are almost their fixed part of the examination, right? The certain parts are almost fixed, as you can see from the last 3 to 4 years paper of IBPS PO, both in prelims and mains, and one of the fixed part, 5 questions that come is from the topic of number series, right? So we have 5 questions of number series in the prelims exam as well as in the mains exam. Getting these 5 questions right, first of all, if you have a good practice and understanding of number series, you can get these 5 questions within 3 to 4 minutes itself, right? That requires you to understand the topic well and to have good decent practice with the topic. Alright. So what is number series question? Number series question is like a number puzzle. That's why normally in many exams like MBA or different exams like math, it comes in the reasoning section of the examination. However, since it is mathematical reasoning, not just reasoning, it's not analytical or logical, it's mathematical reasoning. It requires knowledge of numbers, it requires mathematical calculations. That is why in the banking examinations you will find this question in the math section of the examination, in the quantitative section. Okay. So normally what we get is a series of number, as the name number series suggests to you, a series, a sequence of number, in which the numbers are obtained by using some logic. So there is a logic how the second number has been obtained from the first number, the third number from the second number, and so on. Your job is to identify that logic, find out what is the underlying logic in the question, and then using the same logic find out the number which is not present in the series. Occasionally you also get questions where a series is given in which a number is wrong. That also will be a different session. So we are going to cover number series in 4 sessions, 2 sessions today and 2 tomorrow. Today we will first start by understanding a brief idea about the different types of questions in number series, and then we will be looking at the basic types of questions. In the next session, I will be taking up the higher difficulty questions. In the third session, that is the session tomorrow, I will be covering for you the question type on wrong number in a series, and then we will also be looking in the fourth session at a grid type question, where we have a new type of number puzzle type questions that you will see in the examination. Okay. So first of all, let's see, the goal of the class today is to understand the types of questions, get a brief idea about what is number series, and then develop approach by problem discussion. Largely the entire discussion on number series will be through problems, because there is no fixed theory part for this. What we need to just understand is the different types of problems and observe and understand the approach used while solving a question, right? Okay. But before that, as we do always, we will first discuss the problem from the previous CPP question, that is from the topic of quadratic equation, and here the question is on the screen. So you see here, if R and S are roots of x square plus px plus q, what is the value of 1 by r square plus 1 by s square? The solution is done below here. So first of all, what we have done is we have simplified what is 1 by r square plus 1 by s square. The denominator will be rs whole square, because you are multiplying r square into s square, and the numerator will be r square plus s square. R square plus s square can be written as r plus s whole square minus 2rs, because we are using the formula of a plus b whole square. So we know a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. Right. So from a plus b whole square, if we subtract 2ab, what do we get? We get a square plus b square. That is how we say that r square plus s square is equal to r plus s whole square minus 2rs, and the denominator is rs whole square. Now what is the reason behind doing this? Why have we done this? Because once we know that a quadratic equation is given to you and r and s are the roots of the quadratic equation, the only way of simplifying this is by using the concept of alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a, and alpha into beta is equal to c by a. This is true for a quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. If this is a quadratic equation and alpha and beta are the roots of the quadratic equation, then alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a and alpha into beta is equal to c by a. You can take the formula of alpha and beta and you can try it out. You will yourself get to understand why we are taking alpha plus beta as minus b by a and alpha into beta is c by a. What is a here? A is the coefficient of x square. What is b? B is the coefficient of x and c is the constant term. Clear? In this particular example, r and s are the roots of this quadratic equation, and in this particular quadratic equation, coefficient of x square a is 1. Coefficient of x, that should be b, is given as p, and the constant term c is taken as q, and the roots are r and s. So using the formula alpha plus beta as minus b by a and alpha into beta c by a, we can say that r plus s is equal to minus b by a. That is, what is b here? P. And what is a here? 1. Minus p by 1, that means minus p. What is r plus s? Minus p. And what is r into s? Alpha into beta is equal to c by a. C is q here and a is 1. So q by 1 is equal to q. This value of r plus s is being substituted here. So r plus s whole square becomes minus p whole square, and the value of r into sq is substituted here. So you can say that 2rs becomes equal to 2q. And then when you solve this, you get p square minus 2q upon q square, and that is why the answer for this question is D. That is a basic understanding of how this question is solved of quadratic equation using the concept of alpha plus beta equal to minus b by a and alpha into beta equal to c by a. Right, this is an advanced level concept of quadratic equation considering the banking examinations. Normally we get questions in banking examinations from finding the roots, normally by factorization or by using the formula of the roots alpha and beta, right. Normally we use the formula when we have irrational roots, otherwise we use the factorization concept or the shortcut technique of finding the roots of a quadratic equation. But you should always be prepared for what can come in the future. Maybe an advanced question like this can also come, where it is an application of alpha plus beta and alpha into beta. If you only keep looking at the past, then you will not be ready for the future. That is one thing that you must keep in mind. ठीक है, तो जो एग्जाम में पहले आ गया है वो ज़रूरी है, पर जो आ सकता है अगर वो टॉपिक एग्जाम में आया है तो उसके एडवांस कॉन्सेप्ट्स भी उस एग्जाम में आ सकते हैं. दिस थिंग यू मस्ट कीप इन माइंड and not ignore anything like this that we are discussing in the class. Okay, all right, now let's begin with the number series discussion with an example question on the screen. So here we have a question. So this is how a typical question of number series will look like. Find the number that should come in place of the question mark in the following series. So a series of numbers is given to us 10, 12, 15, 20 and 27, and there is a question mark. We have to find out what number will come in the place of the question mark. Right. So if you try and see, try it out quickly if you want to find out the difference and see how and what way you can get the answer. What will be the number in the question mark? Let's see here. First let's write down the numbers. So we write down the numbers 10, 12, 15, 20 and 27. Ideally in most of the questions, say almost 50% questions of number series, our first instinct and the first way we approach a question is to look at the difference of the numbers. So what happens if I take the difference of the number here? What am I getting? Let's say 10 and 12. 10 and 12 difference is how much? 2. And 12 and 15 difference is how much? We'll say 3. 15 and 20 difference is 5. And 20 and 27 difference is 7. So what can you tell about the difference? How are these numbers 2, 3, 5, 7 related? क्या है अंडरलाइंग लॉजिक? आप नंबर्स देखिए, क्या नंबर मिला आपको? 2, 3, 5, 7. 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 plus 2 is 7, but 2 and 3 difference is only 1. So there must be something else. So what is the logic used here? The logic in this question is that of prime numbers. just to make you understand that number properties can also be used. Prime numbers, what are 2, 3, 5, 7? These are consecutive prime numbers. Prime numbers क्या होते हैं? Those numbers which are divisible only by 1 and itself, जो सिर्फ 1 से divisible है और अपने आप से divisible है, those numbers are called as prime. मतलब उनके सिर्फ दो factors होने चाहिए, सिर्फ दो divisors, ठीक है, ना दो से कम ना दो से ज़्यादा, only two factors. That is why we say 1 is not a prime number, because 1 has only one factor. So 2, 3, 5, 7 are the first 4 prime numbers, consecutive prime numbers starting from 2. So what is the second, what is the next prime number after 7? The answer is 11. So if we add 11 and 27, so if we add this 27 plus 11, how much are you going to get? What will be the answer? The answer is 38. So this is a brief introduction to what kind of question, question दिखता कैसा है और क्या होता है, उस पर एक basic introduction है ये वीडियो, ये particular slide जो है. So understand the number series. Most of the questions, almost 50% questions we approach, our first instinct is to find out the difference of the numbers, then try to see how are the differences related to each other. Are the differences in arithmetic progression or geometric progression, is there a number property applied or something else is happening, right? Cyclicity of differences. So all those things will be discussed when you go through all the 4 sessions on number series. So number series questions, how do we say, what are the different types of questions? So four main, you can say, types of questions you can come across. One is a basic type of question based on addition and subtraction. That means the numbers, consecutive numbers, successive numbers are obtained by either adding or subtracting some value. That means it is an addition or subtraction series. Just now we have seen, let us say for example 3 and 3 plus 4 is 7, 7 plus 4 is 11, 11 plus 4 is 15. So this is an example of what I mean by an addition series. This is a very easy question, simple addition is there, plus 4 we are doing, so plus 4, 7 plus 4 is 11, 11 plus 4 is 15. Constant difference at the first level is a very basic series question. This is what we say is arithmetic progression. Second type of question is based on properties of numbers. So using addition and subtraction, but also using properties of numbers. Number properties. Properties of numbers can be the underlying concept behind a question. Like for example, let us say 0, 3, 8, 15, what will be the next numbers? You will say that this is a series based on square minus 1, 1 square minus 1, 2 square minus 1, 3 square minus 1, 4 square minus 1. Next number will be 5 square minus 1. So this is based on square of numbers, 5 square minus 1, 24. So using squares, cubes, factorials of numbers, prime numbers, even odd numbers, multiples of numbers, using these as a difference would be said to be classified under properties of numbers. Third would be question based on multiplication, a series based on multiplication. So multiplication series. A multiplication series, for example, let us say if we have a number like 4 and then we have a number like 6 and then we have number 9 here, and then let us say after 9 I take the number let us say 6 or just take these 3 numbers just to understand. Now what is the concept here? 4 and 6, what are we multiplying? We are multiplying 1.5. So 4 into 1.5 is 6 and 6 into 1.5 is 9. So next number should be 9 into 1.5, that is 13.5 or 27 by 2. So you can say 13 and a half, 27 by 2, or you can say the answer will be 13 and a half. Clear? So this is an example of what a multiplication series can look like, and then we can have a mixed series also. Mixed series could be based on multiplication, addition, multiplication, subtraction, multiplication and properties of numbers, right. So all these things can be used to create a mixed series. For example, let's say if we have the first number as 3 and the second number as 7. So how did we obtain 3 and 7? So you say into 2 plus 1. So we are doing both multiplication and addition. If I go from 7 to the next number, I can say into 3 plus 2. So 7 into 3, 21 plus 2, 23. If I go to the next number, I can say into 4 plus 3. 23 into 4 is 92, 92 plus 3 is 95. So what will be the next number? You see here we are doing into 2, into 3, into 4. The next one should be into 5. We are doing plus 1, plus 2, plus 3. So the next one should be plus 4. Into 5 plus 4. 5 into 5, 25, 2 in hand, 45 plus 2, 47 plus 4. So what is our number? 479. So this is the example of a mixed series, right. A mixed series question can sometimes be tough because it is difficult to always find out. So this is the one question which will come under high difficulty, mixed series based question. And then we can say another type of series can be a double series, or we can say a multiple series question, in which two parallel series can go on together. Let us say for example 4, 6, 12, 16, 20, right, and then let us take another number here 26. So what will be the next number? So here we can say 4 and 12, that is one series. 12, 4 plus 8, 12, 12 plus 8 is 20, and here 6 and 10 is 16, and 16 plus 10 is 26. So two parallel series is going on. One is plus 8 plus 8, one is plus 10 plus 10, alternate numbers. So next number here will be 20 plus 8, because this will come from the series of plus 8, and 20 plus 8 becomes 28. So this is again this can also create a high difficulty question for you, and obviously there are miscellaneous ways. We can't say that these are only 5, so you can say 90% questions can fall under these 5 categories, and then it is also left to the creativity of the question paper creator, how and in which way he wants to ask you a question, right, and that can increase or decrease the difficulty level, but 90% questions can definitely be categorized in these 5 types: addition, subtraction, properties of numbers based on squares and cubes, multiplication series, mixed series and double series. Okay. Now let us see a question here. So today I am discussing with you the basic types of series. So mostly I will be discussing today addition, subtraction and properties. Okay. So find the number that should come in the place of the question mark in the following series: 23, 34, 56, 89, 133 and 188. What will be the next number? So as I told you that one of the ways is definitely to see the difference of numbers. So 23 and 34 difference is 11, correct. What is the difference of 34 and 56? 6 minus 4 2 and 5 minus 3 2, so difference is 22. 56 and 89, the difference is 33. 89 and 133, the difference is 44. 133 and 188, the difference is 55. So what is this? This is a multiplication series, not we are adding the multiples of numbers. So an addition series, but based on multiples of 11, 11, 22, 33, 44, 55. The next one should be 66. So 6 plus 8, 14. And 19 plus 6, 25. So what is the number that should come in the place of the question mark? 254, right. So you keep in mind here that the difference that you get in the series can be multiples of numbers also, right. For that you need to be good with your basic multiplication tables. Next series, let us look at this one. Find the number that should come in the place of the question mark in the following series. So again, if you see the numbers are not increasing drastically, most likely it is an addition series only. So let us say, what is the difference of 4 and 12? 8. 12 and 26, what is the difference? So we get 14. ठीक है. Next number difference क्या है? 6 and 6 0 and 4 and 2 20. Next number, what is the difference here? You will say 26. Now you see 8, 14, 20, 26 itself is a series. You understand this, when you are solving a question by difference, if you do not get a constant difference at the first level, you start finding the difference for the second level. 8 and 14 difference is 6, 14 and 20 difference is 6, and 20 and 26 also the difference is 6. That means the next difference will be 6, 26 and 6, the number will be equal to 32, and 72 plus 32 will be equal to 104. So what number should come in the place of the question mark? Answer is 104. Correct. Again, this is example of an addition series, and what we are doing here, we are finding difference in two levels. When we find difference at the first level, the numbers are not constant. We are not getting a constant difference, nor we are getting any multiplication, multiples of numbers also. In such cases, what we can also do is find out second level of difference. Our difference first level पे निकालिए, अगर वहाँ पे constant value नहीं आए तो second level पे निकालिए, फिर third पे भी निकाल सकते हैं. In addition series, most of the series in the third level or maximum fourth, I've seen really series based on 4 levels, you get the constant difference, and that will get you the answer. Okay. Now let's look at the third question here. 18, 48, 100, 180, 294, what will be the number in the place of the question mark? So what we do? We start finding the series difference. 18 and 48. What is the difference? 30. Clear? First difference we have got. Now 48 and 100, the difference is 52. 100 and 180, the difference is 80. And 180 and 294, the difference is 411. Clear? Now you see 30, 52, 80, 114, it is not very clear to you what type of numbers these are. These numbers are not in arithmetic progression also. So again, what we are going to do, not going to waste time, rather we are going to find out the second level of difference. 30 and 52 difference कितना है? 22. 30 and 52 difference is 22. 52 and 80, what is the difference? The difference here is 28, and 80 and 114, the difference is 34. Can you see that? 80 plus 30, 110 plus 4, 114. Now 22, 28 and 34 are having constant difference. 22 plus 6 is 28 and 28 plus 6 is 34. So now we have got our constant difference at the third level, not at the first level, not at the second level, but at the third level. So if you have to work our way upwards, 34 and 6, that is 40, and 114 plus 40 is equal to 154, and then finally 294 plus 154, that is 8 and 4 and 4, so the value is 448. What number should come in the place of the question mark? The answer becomes 448. Just observe carefully. ठीक से देखिए आप steps क्या है और approach develop करिए. 50% questions in exams can be based on difference, but don't expect the difference to be constant at the first level or the second level. Today normally we will go to the third level, and that also be careful about the difference. The third level could also be in kind of a progression, but difference method is one of the best ways of solving questions in exams. Okay. Now let's see the previous session contest question that we had. It's again a number puzzle. We have 12, 18 and 16, and the number in the center of the triangle is 23. How are these numbers related? So let's add 12 and 18. 12 plus 18 is 30, and 30 plus 16 is 46. And what is the half of 46? 23. That's how we get this number. Same thing you can check here. 24 plus 16 that is equal to 40, 40 plus 8, that is 48, and half of 48 is equal to 24, and you see here 22 plus 8, that is 40, plus 20, 60, half of 60 is equal to 30. So what number should come here? 30 should come here. So the answer for this question is answer option C, that is 30. This is again a number puzzle. Being good with numbers helps you a lot in mathematics, that's why we are asking these puzzle questions to you. Okay, now let's see the next question here, which is based on series. This is the contest question for the day. Find the number that should come in the place of the question mark in the following series: 0, 1, 5, 23, 119 and question mark. So can you find out the answer and post the number that should come in the place of the question mark in the comment section. Observe the numbers and see what you can do to find out the missing number or the number that should come in the place of the question mark. Alright, solve this question and post the answer in the comment section. Alright, now we'll move to the next discussion question, that is find the number that should come in the place of the question mark in the following series. So continuing with the discussion on problems from number series, mainly looking at addition, subtraction and looking at questions based on properties of numbers. Clear? So what numbers we have here? 2 and 12, 36 and 80, 80 and 150. So as I told you in most questions, our first instinct is always to find a difference. So difference आप पहले देख लीजिए कितना है. 2 and 12 difference is 10. 12 and 36, what is the difference? 24. And 36 and 80, the difference is 44. And 80 and 150, the difference is 70. So we have found out difference at the first level. अभी जो difference first level पे आया है वो constant नहीं है, right? 20, 24, 44, 70. So what we can do, we can find difference one more time. एक बार और difference निकालिए. 10 and 24 difference is how much? 14. 24 and 44, the difference is 20. And 44 and 70, the difference is 26. ठीक है. Now एक बार और निकालेंगे difference. 14 and 20 difference is 6. And 20 and 26 also difference 6. So for the next number in the second level, we should add 6 to 26. 26 plus 6 कितना हुआ? 32. और 32 और 70 ऐड करने पे कितना मिलेगा हमें? 102. Now to get the answer 150 and 102, what are we getting here? 252. So what number should come in the place of the question mark? 252. Clear? So this is the answer for this question, 252. But this question can be solved in one more way that you should understand. 2, 12, 36, 80 and 150 are related in one more interesting way. Okay, what is that interesting way? It's based on the properties of numbers. 2 is nothing but 1 square plus 1 cube. See, 1 square is 1, 1 cube is also 1. So 1 square plus 1 cube, we get 2. What is 12 equal to? You say 12 is equal to 2 square plus 2 cube. See, 2 square is 4 and 2 cube is 8 and 4 plus 8 is 12. That's how we get 12. 36 similarly is equal to 3 square plus 3 cube. 3 square is 9, 3 cube is 27, 27 plus 9 is 36. Next, if you look at 80, 4 square plus 4 cube is equal to 80. What is 4 square? 16. And what is 4 cube? 64. And 64 plus 16 is equal to 80. Similarly, what is 150? 150 is 5 square plus 5 cube. What is 5 square? 25. And what is 5 cube? 125. And 125 plus 25 is equal to 150. So then the next number should be 6 square plus 6 cube. 6 square is 36 and 6 cube is 216. 36 plus 216 is equal to 252. So this can be a question based on number properties also. and the answer for this question is 252. If you can observe quickly that it is 1 square plus 1 cube, 2 square plus 2 cube, you will save time, you will not have to find difference and do all these things. Directly we will say the answer is 6 square plus 6 cube, and if you are familiar with squares and cubes, you get the answer quite quickly. Okay, alright. Now let's look at the next question. Find the number that should come in place of the question mark in the following series. So what are we going to do here? Look at the difference again. 2 and 3 is 1, 3 and 10 difference is 7, this difference is 5, and this difference is 11. So how are these numbers related to you? 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 plus 7 is 10, and 10 plus 5 15, 15 plus 11 is 26. So difference is not exactly working out in this case. So what else we can do with these numbers? 2, 3, 10, 15 and 26. So if difference does not work out, then it could be a property based series. You understand this? If addition is not working, subtraction is not working, the property based series, it could be a multiplication series, it could be a mixed series. So you just have to be calm while solving the question. So we can say here, what is 2? So it's a very unique question. 2 is equal to 1 square plus 1. What is 2? 2 is equal to 1 square plus 1. 1 square plus 1 is equal to 2. And what is 3 equal to? 3 is equal to 2 square minus 1. 2 square is 4 and 4 minus 1 is equal to 3. What is 10? 10 is equal to 3 square plus 1. 3 square is 9 and 9 plus 1 is equal to 10. 1 square plus 1 is 2. Okay. Now next is 15, which is 4 square minus 1. 16 minus 1, 15, and 26 is equal to 5 square plus 1. 5 square is 25 plus 1, that gives you 26. So we have got 2, we have got 3, we have got 10, 15 and 16, 26. 1 square plus 1, 2 square minus 1. So you see plus 1 minus 1, plus 1 minus 1, plus 1 minus 1. So next one should be 6 square minus 1, 36 minus 1, that is equal to 35. So what number should come in the place of the question mark? The answer becomes 35. That is the answer for this particular question. So again, familiarly, you have to be familiar with squares of numbers, cubes of numbers, right? Squares at least you should learn till 25, cubes you should learn minimum till 10, right? And you should be good with your multiplication tables. Now instantly will this click in the examination? For that you need to practice with a lot of questions. जितना आप प्रैक्टिस करेंगे उतना आपको क्वेश्चंस के बारे में मालूम चलेगा. You will get exposed to different types of questions. और प्रैक्टिस से ही आपको ये स्पीड आएगा while solving questions on number series. इस बात को आप ध्यान पर रखिए और जितना प्रैक्टिस सब तक करिए. We are exposing you to all types and all varieties of questions. After that, it's all about the number of questions you solve and practice. How much you spend time practicing. So now we have this question, find the number that should come in place of the question mark in the following series. So again we have here 12, we have 14, 17, 13, 8 and then we have a question mark. So 12 and 14, what is the difference of these two numbers? We will say we are adding 2, we are doing plus 2. 12 plus 2 is 14 and 14 and 17 what we are doing is plus 3. 14 plus 3 is 17, but 17 and 13 now the number is reducing. What is the difference of 17 and 13? How much are we reducing by? कितना घटा रहे हैं यहाँ पे? 4, minus 4. Or 13 and 18 also it's becoming lesser, minus 5. 13 and 18 it is minus 5. So plus 2, plus 3, minus 4, minus 5. So plus, plus, minus, minus, then it should be again plus. That is how it should go, plus, plus, minus, minus, plus, plus, minus, minus like that. Plus 2, plus 3, minus 4, minus 5, plus 6,
plus 7 minus 8 minus 9. So here will be plus 6. And what is 8 plus 6? 14. So what number should come in the place of the question mark? 14. So that is again a very good question to understand. It is not your typical difference question, little difference is there. So do not expect that every question will be just based on finding the difference alone, right. Okay. Next we have this question here, 25, 38, 64, 103, 155 and so on. So okay, let us see the numbers here, 25, 38, 64, 103, 155 and then what will be the next number. So 25 and 38, difference is 13, 25 plus 38, difference is 13, and 38 and 64, what are we doing, right. So we are increasing by 26 plus 26, 38 plus 26 is 64, and 64 and 103 we are increasing by how much, 64 and 10 plus 39. So plus 13 plus 26 plus 39, 103 and 155 plus 52. Now if you know your multiplication tables well, it will take you just a second to tell that this is definitely based on multiplication table of which number, 13. 13 into 1 is 13, 13 into 2 is 26, 13 into 3 39, 13 into 4 52. So next one will be 13 into 5 65. So what number should come on top here, 10 and 21 plus 1 22. So 220, this number should come in the place of the question mark. Okay. Now let us look at the next question. 60, 61, 75, 96 and 130. So let us first write down. And see what is the logic. If you want, you can try along. Look at the numbers 60, 61, 75, 96 and 130. When we see a question, we do not know what type of question this is based on, and then what we should do is always start with difference. Get the difference as fast as possible. 60 and 61, the difference is how much? 1. You can try and see what is the answer. Can you find the logic of this question? 61 and 75, the difference is 14. 75 and 96, the difference is 21, and 96 and 130, difference is 34. So what order is there? See, 1 and 14, the difference is 13, 14 and 21, the difference is 7, and 21 and 34, the difference is 13. So can you see a cyclicity is there in difference, 13, 7, 13, so next one should be 7. 34 plus 7, 41, and 130 plus 41, the answer is 171. Just observe and see, this is also a new type of question now, because difference are repeating 13, 7, 13, 7, 13, 7, it will go on like that, right. So that is what this particular question is based on, a repetition of difference at the second level. Alright, now let us see next question here. 15, 19, 35, 71, 135. What is the difference of numbers? See, when you get a number, when you get a question, don't worry about it, just look at the numbers and first 10-15 seconds itself work out the difference. Again, see, if the numbers are not increasing drastically, if the numbers are increasing drastically, first number is 3, second number is 80, next number is 240, like that, numbers are increasing drastically, it is a multiplication series, definitely. but here the numbers are not increasing drastically, it is most likely an addition series only. 15 and 19, the difference is 4, 19 and 35, the difference is 16, 35 and 71, what is the difference? 35 and 71, the difference is 36, and 71 and 135, the difference is how much? 464. So what pattern are we getting in the difference here? This is again a number property question. What pattern is there in the difference? 4 is 2 square, 16 is 4 square, 36 is 6 square, 64 is 8 square. So next difference should be 10 square, because these are consecutive even numbers. We are taking the square of consecutive even numbers. 10 square is 100, 135 and 100, that is total of 235. So that gives you the answer. The different types of questions we have seen, all varieties from addition, subtraction based question, also so many different varieties are there. When the difference is constant at the first level, second level or third level, difference is based on properties of numbers, difference is repeating, and then questions based on properties we have seen on squares and cubes and everything. So now is the time for the class practice pack, in which I have selected 10 questions from number series from addition subtraction types, okay, which give you a good understanding of these kind of questions. So those who have passport access can start solving the questions once you hear the sound. The question that most of you get wrong, I will be discussing in my next session. So best of luck to you, start solving the question, try your best and get all the answers. Thank you.